We are so pleased to be able to combine these two meetings. Travis Allen was going to do a training session in the Empire the same night as our meeting, and we were able to combine the meetings, so we really appreciate Travis doing that. And as soon as he's finished talking to Tim Donnelly, Sean Flynn said of Travis Allen, is you listen to him for 30 seconds and you believe we can take back California. So, once again, Travis Allen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you, if you are a registered Republican, to stand up right now. If you're a registered Republican, I want you on your feet right now. Ladies and gentlemen, look around the room. Every single person you are looking at believes in the U.S. Constitution. They believe that every person should have the most amount of freedom possible. They believe in the First Amendment. They believe the Second Amendment protects the First Amendment. They believe in a strong America. They believe in a strong American family. And you better believe they believe in strong borders and putting American citizens first and making America great again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our state. It belongs to us. Raise your hand if you were born in this state. Raise your hand if you're a California citizen. Raise your hand if you think our government should put California citizens first. Let me tell you something. In November, the California Democrats, they've already written you off. They want to call you deplorables. They want to call you far right. They want to say that you are marginalized, that you are meaningless, that you just don't matter and you don't represent anybody. I'll tell you something right now. We represent everyone. Because everybody that believes in common sense, that believes in the rule of law, that believes in the U.S. Constitution, every single person, just like me and just like you, are a part of the silent supermajority. There are more of us than there are of them, despite what CNN and MSNBC says. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Californians. This is our state, and we're going to take it back. Now I'll tell you something, a lot of people have been saying the Republican Party in California has seen better days. A lot of people are trying to tell you the Republican Party in California is a shadow of its former self, that it's irrelevant, that at best it's a regional party, and that if you want to be a part of the political discussion, the only question is whether you are on the far left or whether you're on the center left, whether you're a Democrat or whether you're a Bernie-crat that believes in socialism. Gavin Newsom wants to make California a single-payer state. They want to tell you, if you want to see your doctor, you got to go line up at the California DMV. They want to tell you that you have no right to secure borders. They want to tell you that if you want to vote, you don't even got to show an ID. I will tell you right now, this is our state. These are our rights. If you want to vote in our state, you better have an ID, and you better believe that Gavin Newsom and the rest of the San Francisco liberal Bay Area Democrat elites do not stand for the Inland Empire of California. Ladies and gentlemen, our Republican Party is just getting started. We are going to network every Republican group across the state. We're going to network the young Republicans. We're going to network the old Republicans, the Republican women with the Republican men, every business group, every chamber of commerce. Every group must talk to each other. We have to expand our membership. Raise your hand if you are a member of your local Republican Central Committee or your local Republican Party. Let's hear it for everybody that's been elected and that is voting. Let's hear it. Now let me tell you something. I want every Central Committee across the state of California to look exactly like this room. I want every single room packed with people. I want every Chamber of Commerce to know that if they don't elect Republicans, they're going to be electing Democrats that are taking away their rights, that are stealing their money with higher taxes, and they are ruining their cities. I want every Republican Central Committee to have its best years ahead of it. I want to see young people with old people. I want to see every county electing Republicans. And you better believe that doesn't just mean here in the Inland Empire. That means in San Diego, in Orange County, in Los Angeles, and yes, in San Francisco. We're taking the fight to the Democrats. We're going to the Bay Area, and we're going to take back the whole state. Are you with me? Gavin Newsom and the California Democrats want our state to look like the streets of San Francisco. They got maps of human waste, so you know which streets you can walk on and which streets you should avoid. Little kids got to go to school walking over hypodermic needles. And they got this subway system, you might have heard, it's called BART. They got people that are so strung out on heroin and other drugs, they look like they're zombies. I will tell you right now that there is no way that California is going to look like the streets of San Francisco. There is no way that Gavin Newsom should ever be allowed to be governor. And I'll tell you right now that any statewide Democrat that gets elected in November, you better get ready to be recalled because Travis Allen and the Republicans are coming for you. Raise your hand if you thought Donald Trump was going to be elected president of the United States. Raise your hand if the day after you woke up on that election in November 2016, it was a beautiful day and you woke up with a smile. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a guy who actually moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. We are looking at a guy that pulled out a NAFTA and renegotiated on our terms. We are looking at a guy that stood up to China and said, you're not going to steal from us anymore and manipulate your currency. We are going to renegotiate all of our deals around the world. Anybody here heard of the D.C. swamp? Let me tell you, I've been in Sacramento for 6 years, and I can tell you it stinks there too. The swamp is on both sides of the political spectrum. You have these entrenched establishment types that have been in office for too long. They've gotten too fat, too lazy, too corrupt. They have forgotten who they represent, and who they represent is every single one of you in this room. We have one man in this country that is standing up for you. I don't care that he's a billionaire. He actually puts the California citizens first. He is fighting everybody. He's fighting them on the left. He's fighting them on the right. And I'm telling you, he is winning. And when our president wins, we win. When our president wins, California wins. And when 2020 comes around, California is going to re-elect Donald Trump. Raise your hand if you think it's about time we have real leadership in the state of California. Raise your hand if you think it's about time we got a Republican Party in California that you are proud to be a member of. Raise your hand if, like me, you're going to do everything you can over the next 30 days to elect every Republican that you know of. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. This is a fight that we were made for. We were born for this fight. Like every fight, it's got 12 rounds. If you get knocked down one, you come back and back and back. And I will tell you something. We don't get tired. We don't stop. Because if you're anything like me, you know that this is your state. This is our ground. This is your city, your town. It belongs to us. There is no way we're going to let the Democrats, with all of their money, their George Soros connections, their major media that lies to us every single day. We know the truth. We are Republicans. This is our state, and we're going to take it back. I have to tell you, I have spoken up and down the state of California, and I pray to God that every single room looks like this room right here, full of beautiful Californians that just care about their community, that just care about the rule of law, that want strong borders, that want to see the rule of law, that want to see bad people, criminals get punished and stay in jail and not get out early so they can terrorize more citizens. I will tell you right now that in November, we will repeal the gas tax and vote yes on 6. I will tell you right now that when we are successful and we elect more Republicans, we will begin to turn the tide. Remember before Donald Trump got elected, everybody said, don't waste your time, stay at home, crooked Hillary has us all the way, there's nothing you can do, it ain't gonna matter, she's gonna elect you. Remember that, right? You talk to your family, you talk to your friends, I know you got some Democrats in your family, and they said, don't waste your time, it's never gonna work, right? They were all trying to get you to be complacent. They were trying to force you to stay on your couch, to not do anything, to believe that they were right. And the best that you could do is just go along to get along. I will tell you right now, I don't believe in a Republican Party that's a Democrat light. I believe in a Republican Party that stands for solid principles, common sense, the rule of law, the U.S. Constitution. Are you with me? Everybody wants to tell you that you shouldn't even waste your time in California. I'm going to tell you something. California has more Republicans than any other state in the entire union. California has more Republicans elected to public office than Democrats. Because once you strip off the party label of R or D, there's more of us elected to local office than there is of them. And you know what that means? That means we got a farm team that they can't even come close to matching. In November of 2016, nobody said Trump would win. But you know what? If you took a look across the country, even though Time magazine was saying the Republican Party was dead in the United States, what was happening underneath the radar that they never even saw is we had elected Republican governors across the country. We had elected more Republican legislators across the country. And now we got Congress, we got the Senate, we got the White House, and you better believe we're going to get Kavanaugh, and we're going to have the Supreme Court. If you want to see Kavanaugh Supreme Court, stand up right now. If you believe that Kamala Harris and Dianne Feinstein should answer for their crimes, stand up right now. If you believe that Hillary Clinton should be investigated and prosecuted, stand up. If you believe that Javier Becerra and Jerry Brown and Gavin Newsom need to answer to the California people, stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like me want to take back California, stand up. Together, with me, with you, with your families, with your friends, with everyone you know, online, through the phones, in your neighborhoods, when we stand together, when we network together, when we all get elected, when we get more Republicans elected, we will take back our state. We will lower taxes. We will fight crime. We will get out of this traffic and expand our roads, expand our freeways. Our schools will finally teach reading and writing and math, and yes, the English language. And you better believe we're going to have water up and down the state with new water storage. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a strong border, and this will be a Republican state. My name is Travis Allen. We together will take back California! I will be right outside that door, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not gotten your Take Back California t-shirt, come on right back here. I'm going to be out there right now. I'll sign your shirts. I'll take your pictures with you. But together, we will take back our state. By the time you leave tonight, everyone must sign up for a local campaign. We have Jan Lager right over here. I just saw her a minute ago. One of our local party chairs. They will tell you how to get involved. We have candidates like Tim Donnelly. We have all sorts of people here. We had Mark Moiser here earlier. There's Jan. Mark Moiser's over here. There are candidates here. Volunteer for them. Get out there and fight. Ladies and gentlemen, come out here. See me on the patio. I'll be there for about the next 20 minutes until I got to take off from my plane. But God bless you. God bless America. God bless the Inland Empire. And you better believe God bless California, because this state will be Republican. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Travis.